Hello and welcome to another game of Hitman versus Happy. I'm gonna fast forward this to the point where heroes are gonna be coming out. A little bit fast forward. It's Hitman versus Happy, one of my favorite things to do, to watch and to cast. We've been waiting for this for a very long time. And the map this time around is going to be Echo Isles. We have 80 ping for Hitman, for Happy here. Not sure how much for Hitman, probably 120 or so. And on Echo Isles here, we can see that Happy is going for the non-happy build, the unhappy build. It's going to be Crypt, Graveyard, into Altar, into Ziggurat, then the shop, one ghoul, then the Fiend and the Death Knight at the same time, and then the second Ziggurat. This is the early Fiend opener that was pioneered in 2003, actually. Except back then it was Crypt, Graveyard, Ziggurat, Altar, which had the hero come out after two Fiends. It was just worse. People weren't very good at making build orders. But the concept of it is an early strong Fiend force for good creeping, where strength begets strength. The amount of Fiends you have leading to a critical mass of firepower that can protect itself from harassment while at the same time creeping pretty strongly. The reason this fell out of vogue is because it was too passive early game. It was not able to react quickly to changes. The tech was slow, it was sometimes too weak at stopping expansions, and people got really good at countering it. But Happy has brought this opener back on a number of maps, mostly on Echo Isles in fact, and has used it, harkening back to the days where it was popular, has used it to win best of fives against top orcs, for instance me, and some others. So he's gonna come over to the marketplace. It's already nighttime at this time. He has opened with one creep camp, level 1.7 on the Death Knight right now. It's gonna get close to level 2. And what is Hitman's opener? Because actually I find this very difficult opener at this point to stop on Echo. Let's see how Hitman plays it. He can coil last hit the Ogre Mage, and he does. He uses a self-attack command with his Fiend to stop that Fiend from getting attacked. That's a creep steal on the Ogre level 3. The Blade comes in here, is level 2. Thinking, what did he creep so far? Probably the same camp as Happy started with. And then presumably the 131 camp on the map. The little green spot under the gold mine on the left. And then he came over with his level 2, presumably, to steal one of the creeps. 3 creeps were murdered at the marketplace. Happy shot the Ogre Mage and one of the Ogre Warriors level 3, but he did not shoot the Deputy Ogre Warrior. Hitman stole that one, and now he continues creeping ever onwards, dusting the Blade Master, taking this small little camp. And where will he go next? Well, I feel like the Merc camp will be too risky. He's probably going to go to the natural expansion, using a dust to prevent his Ogre Mage from being stolen by the Blade. What is Hitman's game plan going to be? It's not easy to bring grunts in here, because nearly every creep camp has an ensnare guy that can ensnare a grunt that comes in. Dust of Appearance was used. He's going to take this Ogre Mage and get a Ring of Protection. Little background. I've casted 2 games so far of these guys, both on Tide Hunters, the new map. Score is 1-1. So at least when it comes to our little microcosm, our little world here, it's gonna be 1-1, and this will be the momentary decider until next time. Grunts are on the run. Looks like Hitman crept the entire goblin shop, getting the level 4, 5, and 4 creeps for what should be level 3 Blade, or very, very close to it. I think he's level 3. And his grunts are healthy, so he tanked most of the damage on the Blade Master, and is now trying to get his grunts to run away. The Blade, chasing, level 2, must be close to 3. And the Death Knight's superior speed is being utilized to block the grunts. Fiends are in hot pursuit, taking damage. And there is a Shadow Hunter. Perfect Hex. Happy was holding that coil for quite a bit. And there is the Blade level 3. He's going to coil the Fiend and TP out, I'm sure. He has to. Coil now and TP out. At this moment, I wonder really what his game plan is. Another Hex on DK secures another Fiend kill. Why not running away? Deciding that, hey, if I run away here, I lose too much momentum. That's Happy's thinking, presumably. And he's gonna use Coil level 2 to nearly kill the Blade Master. Very surprised by him staying here, but nice crisis management, getting that surround, using the greater mana potion as well. And now he has to choose. Save the Fiend, and he has to do it early, otherwise Hex will prevent him from getting the kill again. Oh, speed scroll away on the grunt. He's not going to get that. That's a big loss for Happy. Even his great surround there not leading to a kill, and every grunt is getting away. That grunt still has 300 health. It's outside of coil range, and again, Sophie's choice. Let the grunt get away. Actually, I don't think that was Sophie's choice. Letting the grunt get away, or coiling it and killing it, but then losing the Fiend. And damn, Hitman managed this extremely well. So if we backtrack and think of it from the orc point of view, so we have a little bit of a lag spike here. If we backtrack and think of it from the orc point of view, he decided, he probably knows this opener from Happy. He decided, I'm going to start with that green cap, then this one, then I'm going to check the marketplace. He shows up, he sees Mage level 5 has been taken, or he arrived too late. He steals the Ogre Warrior, but he didn't stick around much, did he? He didn't put himself in the Death Knight Fiend line of fire and take a lot of free and needless damage. He looped around the bottom, checked Happy creeping the 131 camp on the right, just staying on the perimeter and then disappearing. It was at that moment that he decided to creep the Goblin Shop. Projecting Happy's creep round is gonna be his natural expansion and not the Goblin Shop. Who knows what would have happened if Happy scouted or went to the Goblin Shop instead, but he did not. So that gave Hitman the opportunity to creep level 2.8, pick up a Dust of Appearance maybe, if he did, and then he was just tracking Happy's positioning. Not a lot of creep camps left for Happy to decide between. Happy came to the Gob Shop, Hitman already took it, his grunts walked away, but he didn't rush out to speed scroll, he stayed near, then started attacking Fiends. A lot of Fiends, yes, but this build had a later Lich, and Hitman was resolved to utilize that later Lich. No Frost Armor means real damage sticking on Fiends. Perfectly timed Hexes, with perhaps a little bit of greed from Happy trying to hold onto his Death Coils, and Fiends were killed. Nice speed scroll usage, and grunts were saved. Looks like Hitman has got a really good advantage, with Happy going for broke and saying, well, I'll just try to get this expansion. Echo Isles is a notoriously creep-deprived map early on in the game. Everything on that side of the map is too far for me. I got my marketplace, I got my Mercamp, and I got my turtle spot on the bottom right of the map, and that's all I'm gonna be getting the rest of this game. That's in a centralized location. That turtle on the left side, like this orange spot here, and this one, it's too far away. Already lost too many Fiends to threaten that. So it's kind of sound thinking to get an expansion now, even though in the past Happy didn't like this. He preferred to go for tier 3 tech, get his Orb of Corruption as quickly as possible. Because he's thinking, hey, it's a zero-sum game. There's an X amount of gold on the map. There are no contestable gold mines, where it's either you or me getting the... this is a bit risky. That could be a steal by the Blade Master. It's pretty risky. At this point, I feel like he's asking for it. But he says, hey, the sooner I start this gold mine, the more gold I'm going to have from it. Tech can catch up. There's no tier 4, so I don't need to start my tier 3 quickly, right? Stomp on the Death Knight, and the Fiend goes down. Nice Dust of Appearance. There's a running Clarity Potion on the Shadow that just got cancelled. Lucky Purge there on the statue, removes Frost Armor and locks the statue in place. Coil Nova on Grunt. Rather than waiting to save units, he says, hey, I'll use my spells aggressively. And he got a Grunt there as well. Don't know if there's an expansion for Hitman or he's going all in. Another Stomp reduces much of the damage. Devour, is there a speed scroll? No, there is another speed scroll, and he's gonna let the Kodo Beast go. Coiling Frost Armored Fiends is worth quite a lot because they're so survivable already. But a lot of units are going down here for Happy. And he's got his expansion, but is it enough? Very unlucky items for Happy. He loves stacking his Lich with Claws of Attack and Gloves of Haste and Circlet. Not the case right now. 3 Rings of Protection. We see a necropolis being built here as he goes to tier 3 and still needs more acolytes on his expansion. The only way to get those acolytes at this time. Repairs on statues may not be enough. Target firing with the Nerubian on various headhunters and blades. Trying to repair that statue. There's almost no mana left for another frost armor on the statue. Not sure if it's even worth it anymore at this point. Probably saving it for Lich is better. And Raider does still get away. He feels forced to coil a 1% HP Raider. That does not feel good for Happy. Even bringing in his lumber goals here that will create future lumber mining issues. And at this point, without the damage of Orb of Corruption, you see how much Undead crutches on that. Without the damage, it's just not enough. The heroes aren't being threatened enough. And now without a lumber income, without a third hero, I don't even care if Hitman has or does not have an expansion. This looks like it is nearly game. Another burrow there. And he still has vision. Hitman. 1 or 2 Dust of Appearance, no doubt. This time he will be winning. It's 2-1 for Hitman right now. GG.